Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So let us take one more example for asset replacement project, but this time information is given directly here. Information regarding the new machine, information regarding old machine. See, new machine, cost is equal to 30. Installation charges 5,000. It comes under 3 years maker class. New asset increase revenue by 50. See the point. It is very trick technical point. Tricky one. New asset increase revenue by 50,000 and decrease cost by 5,000 for the next 5 years. So life of the project is for how many years? Number one for 5. One and second thing, it is increase in revenue and decrease in cost. It means both of them should be added, right? 1 point. Scrap value at the end for the new machine is 10,000. Working capital also increased by 20,000. Regarding old machine, cost was for 40,000 but depreciated using 3 years maker class. In the previous example, they used a straight line method, but right now they use another method which is called maker method. 2 years of depreciations are remaining. An old machine can be sold out for how much? For 15,000. Tax rate is equal to 40. So as you can see, direct informations are given for us, so directly you can put it in the formula. In the formula, already I have developed this one, so you can put the value here, right? So for outflow, for initial outflow, annual inflow, and final, and of course the summary as well as calculation for this one. But there is one issue, we have to add one more column here for the last. Why? Because the project is for how many years? For 5 years, right? So we have to add one more column in this one, go to and add one more, right? So one more year, which is year 5. So why? Because the project is for 5 years. So we have to adjust this one. In this way, we have to adjust it. So now let me one more year is added. Now let us go for the information and find out the initial cash outflow and inflow and so on. Let us see the example. Cost of the project 30, installation 5,000 for the project. Now let us mention here. Cost of the project is equal to 30,000. Installation charge was equal to 5,000, I guess. Installation charge equal to 5,000. Otherwise, you can see once again the example 5,000. It comes under 3 years maker class. Okay, let's find out whether there's an increase. Yes, there's an increase in working capital as well. Working capital increased by how much? By 20,000. So please mention that one as well. Working capital increased by 20,000. So if we increase, of course, decrease is equal to 0. Now let us see about the old asset. Sales of old asset. Is there any sales of old asset? Yes. Old asset cost was this much, depreciated under 3 years maker class, but we sold it for how much? For 15,000. So whatever you sold, just find out that one, how much is mentioned in the example. We sold it for how much? For 15,000. Mention this one as it is to be minus, so let us take it with the red one. So then now let us calculate whether we made profit on this one or whether we suffered loss on this one, right? In order to calculate profit or loss on this one, so let us calculate the tax of this one first. How to do this in this way? For example, see, it is mentioned the cost of old machine was 40,000, but they used 3 years maker class. 2 years of depreciation is remaining, but that one is sold for 15,000. So now let us calculate the depreciation for this machine. See, year 1 can be calculated in this way. For the year 1, we can calculate how much will be depreciation, right? Cost of the asset was 40,000. So 40,000, let me expand the size of this one, increase the font size to ET to make it visible. Okay. Cost of this one was 40,000 and it comes under 3 years maker class. If it comes under 3 years maker class, it means it is multiplied to 33 point 33.33%, right? So multiplied equal to how much? So this was the amount of depreciation. It means it is already charged for the project, right? Now let us calculate for the second year. Second year also it should be in the same format, right? So again, it is 40,000. 40,000 multiplied to how much? How much depreciation has been charged? You need to know چقدر depreciation charge کرده. Formula is 44.45 percentage, and that is equal to how much? This is charged for the next year. Let us calculate, for example, how much is charged for the next year. 40,000 multiplied to rate of depreciation. How much is depreciation? Depreciation is 14 point, I think 81 percentage, and that is equal to this much. Okay, and for the next year it is 14,000. You made a mistake here. It is 24. I've taken it 24. No, it is 14, right? So 14. Let me correct it here. This is the amount of tax. For the last year, the amount of tax that we have to charge is equal to 14 multiplied to equal to 7.41 percentage, right? Which is equal to how much? See the point here. For the fifth year, of course, there is no fifth year. In this project, 2 years of depreciation is charged. As it is mentioned, 2 years of depreciation is charged, but 2 years of depreciation are remaining. If 2 years of depreciation is remaining, it means these 2 years are remaining, right? Rest of the thing is done already. Only 2 years of depreciation is remaining. So only this one is remaining and this one is remaining. So these are to be considered as the cost of the remaining cost of the project to be covered. If this is so, now let us mention how much is the amount of this one. So one is 5,900. Let me expand the size once again. This is the problem with the software. 5,924 plus 2964 equal to how much? This is the amount that we have to recover from this project. یعنی مقدار کاست دی پروژه چی شده باقی مونده؟ چرا به خاطر کاستای دیگه چی شده؟ کاور شده. مگر ما پروژه رو به چند میفروشیم؟ به 15,000 میفروشیم. ای که تو پروژه رو به 15,000 میفروشی حتما در پروژه چی کردی خیلی؟ فایده کردی. 15,000 minus this amount. 15,000 minus this amount. Minus how much? Minus 888. 8,888, right? So it means in this project we made a profit of how much? We made a profit of equal to this amount. This is the profit for us. Each year, این profit است که ما دیگه به دست آوردیم. چرا؟ به خاطر که کاست پروژه که تونس باقی مونده بود اینه قدر کاست باقی مونده. چرا که 2 سال دیپریشنش کفر که اینیا 2 تا باقی مونده. اینه قدر باید تو پروژه رو میفروختی، مگر تو پروژه رو به چند فروختی؟ واسه به چند فروختی؟ فهمیدم. طریقه چند فایده کردی؟ اینه قدر فایده کردی. از این قدر که تو فایده کردی اینا دولت چند باید دو پردازی. چند از فایده؟ 6,112. Now it is multiplied to what is the tax rate? Tax rate 40%. So you have to pay 40% of this one for the government. سوال قبلی ما شما نقص بود، مگر این سوال چی میگیریم؟ فایده. درست است؟ پس این راوند آف میکنم به چند؟ این را میگیریم به 5. پس به این مونو که تو 2,445 tax باید به دولت چی کنی؟ باید بپردازی. Right? So now let us go for our example. Is there any tax charge? Yes. In this example, as we made profit, so that is why we have to pay tax for the government. So how much we have to pay tax? So this is the amount of tax that we have to pay for the government, right? So let us take it back here. Yeah. 2445. 2445 to be considered as the amount. 2445, right? This is the amount. Of course, in this case, there is no tax saving. Why? Because we made profit, so that's why we have to pay tax for the government. So now let us calculate the amount of total initial cash outflow. 30 plus this one, 35 becomes 55. From 55, you minus this one become 40. 40 plus this one become 42,000. 42,000. 42,445. So this is the amount of initial cash. Now let us highlight this one. So we have to understand or we have to remember this point. So highlighted with this color, right? So this is the amount of initial cash outflow of the project. Okay, then we will record it in a specific place. Now let us go and calculate the annual cash inflow of the project. So let me highlight annual cash inflow as well. This has to be calculated now. So let us calculate this one. See the project or the information of the project. New project will increase revenue by 55, by 50, and also not increasing cost. Also, it decreased the cost by amount of how much? 5,000 for the next 5 years. If this is so, now let us mention. Revenue increased by 50,000. Mention the amount of increase in the revenue. Revenue increased by 5,000. So mention please for the next one. Mention for this for the next year, as well as mention for the next year, as well as mention it for the next year. Right? Also add decrease in expenses. Expenses also decrease by how much? Decrease the expenses decrease by 5,000. So for each year it decreased by 5, decreased by 5, decreased by 5,000, and last year also it decreased by how much? 5,000. If you added both, so you get 55,000, right? So 55. So 55 for each of this year, so you have to take it for all of this. So 55, 55, and 50, 55. Now list depreciation, but of course before to calculate the amount of depreciation, first of all we have to adjust the depreciation. We have to calculate the depreciation for this one. Depreciation for this one will be calculated based on these two costs. Based on what? So based on these two. Why? Because these two are only the amount of uh, asset plus capital expenditure. And how can you calculate it? We know how to calculate this one, right? So 35,000 into the rate of depreciation, right? Now let me take one more column here in order to calculate it. So 35,000 multiplied to rate of depreciation, 33.33 percentage. Percentage equal to how much? So this was the amount for the first year of depreciation for this one. 11,666. I have round off this one, right? For the next year, take the amount of depreciation, 44.45 is the amount of depreciation. So how much become? It became this much. 15,558 is the amount of that. For the next year, please calculate it. How much will be the amount of tax? It is the rate is 14.81 percentage. So if you multiply, so you get this rate. How much? 5,184 is the amount of tax. We have round off several for more than this, so this time let's take it 50 83 only. چرا دیگهش قبلا موضوعات گرفتیم موضوعات میشه درست است؟ خیر مشکل نداره. دیگهش چند میگیریم؟ میگیریم 7.41 41 percentage amount of depreciation. It become how much? It become this much only. 4,000 sorry 2,593 take it 93 چرا که دیگهش ما چی گرفتیم؟ زیاد گرفتیم. So for the last year life of the project at 5 years, so there won't be any kinds of depreciation. Now let us calculate the remaining depreciation of the old machine as I have calculated here. See, old machine was under makers and that was for 4 years maker. Year 1, this is depreciation. Year 2, this is depreciation. Year 3 and year 4. So 2 years of depreciation is remaining. It means year 3 and year 4 is remaining. Year 3 is 5,925. Mention this amount. 59.25. So mention 59.25 of depreciation is remaining from this year. And also calculate from the next year 29.64. 29.64 for the next year. 29.64 is remaining for this year. For the next year, there is no depreciation, as well as there is no depreciation. So as per the formula, so we have to minus both of them. So now let us take it with the red pen, right? That's good. Now let us adjust this one. Hello 1,666 minus 5,925, right? So let me check out once again whether the tax was correct or not. 5924. See, 59, it is 24, not 25, right? It is 24. So mention here 24, 24, which is equal to how much? The remaining balance is equal to, as a net tax, as a net depreciation, 54, 57, 20, 57, 42. And for the next year, from this amount minus this amount. So how much is the amount? 155, 15558. Yes. So 15,558 minus the amount of 29. Okay, sorry. From this amount, so we have to calculate this one. Okay, there's a problem with this. 15,558 minus amount of 2,964, which become equal to this much. So it is 12,594, right? So now let us mention here. For the next year, there is no tax deduction, so we have to mention the same here. So mention the same. And as well as for the next also, you have to mention the same. Why it is the same? Because for the next year, there is no tax deduction, right? So now we got it. And for the last, of course, itself is 0. Now this is the net tax that we have to record. How much is the net tax here? So the net amount of tax is 57.42 for this year. For the next year, 12,594 for this year. And for the next year, 51.83 for this year. And for the last year, 25.93 is for this year, right? And for last year, there is no amount of depreciation as we have to minus it. So we have to take it with the red color. Next, from all of this minus this one. From all of this minus this one. How to calculate it? Let us adjust it here itself, right? How to adjust here? So from 55,000 minus amount of 57.42. I will calculate for one. For the next, you can do it, right? How much is the remaining amount? The remaining amount is 49,258. So you can calculate for. So in this way, you can calculate for the rest of years as well, right? So this is called profit before tax, but after depreciation. So I will calculate depreciation only for one of them. For the rest, you can calculate, right? How can you calculate for one? Of course, for the first one, I will calculate 49,258. Yes, 58 multiply to how many percentage? Multiply to, even you can take, for example, a 40 percentage as 0.4, right? 0.4, which become equal to how much? Which become 19,000 this much. So I will mention here, but the rest you can record by your own. 19,703, right? So in this way, you can calculate the tax for the next years as well. So I have to mention with the red. Why? Because I have to minus it, right? Now from this one minus tax, from this one minus tax, minus tax, minus tax for all of them. I will calculate for one. So rest you can do by your own. So let me calculate this one. How much is the amount of profit before tax and depreciation? 49,000. 49,258. 58, 49 to 58. Yeah, that's correct. Minus amount of 19,703, right? So this become the amount of profit after tax and depreciation. 29,555. For the rest, you can. So in this way, you can calculate for the rest of year. Now let us add once again back the depreciation. How much was the depreciation? So this was the depreciation we have to calculate. So add this depreciation here. Add the next depreciation as well. No, please. Next depreciation. So add this one here. Indication math mechanism. Depreciation occlusion mechanism. Sol digam. Depreciation mechanism add mechanism right. مگر سال آخر depreciation هیچ وجود نداره. As in this time, once again, we want to add it. So let us take it once again with the black color, right? Why? Because we have to add. So this one plus this one become how much? This one plus this one become how much? So for one, I will do, rest we can do 29,555. So plus become plus 5742 become equal to how much? Become equal to 35. So 35 to 97. For the rest, you can calculate. So in this way, you can calculate the cash inflow. So this is the amount that we can call it profit after tax, but before depreciation. But of course, finally, we have to make some adjustment for the last year as well, right? So last year profitability should be written here. How much? It became only 33,000. So now let us check that whether the new machine has a salvage value or not. New machine will have a scrap value or salvage value of equal to 10,000. So now we have it. If you have, please mention just how much was this one? 10,000. Regarding disposal cost, nothing is mentioned here, but of course, if you sell salvage at the end, it means you made a profit. So on that one, you have to pay profit, you have to pay tax. 40% is the tax. So out of 10,000, 40, it means 4,000 should be paid as a tax. So it is the minus amount, so we have to take it with the rate. So there is no tax saving, so leave this one. We had working capital at the beginning, so once again we have it at the end as well, right? How much was working capital? 20,000 was working capital, and that is of course plus. Now let us find the total of this one. 33 plus this one become 53, 63. From 63 minus this one become 59,000, right? If I'm not wrong, 33 plus this one become 43, 43, 63. 63 minus 4 become 59. So now this is the amount, so you have to summarize it, right? So now let us take the summary of all of this. Initial cash inflow, this is the amount of inflow. Second year inflow, this is the second year inflow. If I'm not wrong, no, inshallah it is correct. Next, the next year inflow, you have to mention. And the next year inflow is equal to this much, so you have to mention it here. وتنها میمونه سال آخر inflow چند است؟ 33 دار. نه خیر 33 نیست چند است؟ سال آخر ما هست 50 59,000 is the amount of inflow for the last year. Yeah, we forgot to mention the cash inflow. How much was the inflow? 42,455. So this is the inflow and this is the outflow. As this is once again, it is the outflow. Even you can mention this one also with the red color, right? So it is fine now. So you can mention this way. So this was the summary, right? So finally, the outflow of the project is this much, but inflow of the project for year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4. In the next chapter, inshallah, based on this information, we will calculate whether the project is profitable or not. Thank you so much. So please watch the videos on my YouTube channel in order to be prepared for the classes.